Today we're going to be responding to your Counter-Strike hot takes. Arrow recently tweeted out this. He said, what are your Counter-Strike hot takes? Responding to all of them next stream. So I decided this was my opportunity to come in and yoink some content from Arrow and take a look at his comment section and see what their hot takes are, and we can respond and react to them accordingly. I know you guys have all kinds of crazy and insane opinions. I see plenty of them in the comment section. So this should be an interesting and entertaining video. I'm excited to see what some people out there have to say. But of course, first, just want to mention real quick, if you are looking to sell any of your CS2 items and turn them into cold hard cash or crypto or any other payment method, you should definitely hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be the first link down in the description below. We've been buying all different kinds of stuff recently. You can see here we got this AK-47, we got some gloves, we have a knife, we have some agents, we have cases, stickers, capsules, whatever you are selling for the right price. I would love to buy it and help you get an instant cash out if you need IRL money or money to change up your inventory or portfolio or whatever. And of course, you're helping support me, my channel, and my content, which I would appreciate a ton. With that being said, let's get right into today's video. So let's see what he's got going on. So first up, we have Epidemic, very, very big person in the CS2 scene. He's dropping a couple of different opinions on us here. He said, people who think the Fire Serpent is a bad skin are either blind or just trying to give hot takes. Now, we'll take a look at the Fire Serpent real quick so you guys can know what we are talking about. So with skins like this, I always think it's hard to differentiate. Is this a cool skin, or does it just feel cool because you know it's iconic, because you know it is old and rare and expensive and all that stuff. And I've owned a Fire Serpent before. I've used one in game, and it definitely feels very cool. Obviously, this minimal wear Fire Serpent is worth $1,500. And when I've used it in game, that's what I'm saying. You know you're holding a multiple $1,000 skin. You know you're using something expensive. So if this thing was worth like $10, would it still be as cool? I don't know. It's kind of hard to differentiate and tell, but I do think the Fire Serpent is a very, very cool skin. Yes, it is mostly a default AK. It's got a lot of the plain wood. It's got a lot of the plain black. It's only has a minimal design. But I do think that the oldness, the coolness, the rareness, and the value of it definitely adds to how dope of a skin it is. And yeah, I think Fire Serpent haters are a little bit weird. I don't think the Fire Serpent's like the most insane skin in the game, and yeah, if it came out today, it probably wouldn't be as cool, but it's a artifact of the times or whatever. I think it's a cool skin. This I actually really like as well. Black pearls are the best gems and will surpass the other three on most knives eventually. So he's obviously talking about like ruby sapphires, stuff like that, and then black pearls. And I'm actually a big fan of black pearls. I'm actually been a little bit surprised that black pearls have been as cheap or as under the radar. Not cheap, but as under the radar, as underrated as they are. So I actually agree with this one as well. I don't think this is that hot of a take. Obviously, it's a hot take because people love the sapphires, people love the rubies, and especially depending on how they look and how CS2 wants to change them or whatever. But I'm a big fan of black pearls, and I wouldn't be shocked if they do perform very, very well over the next couple of years. Case harden has fallen off. It doesn't look good in all wears in CS2 anymore, and for the price, there's too much competition. I do believe that it does seem like case hardens have fallen off a little bit as well. It seems like people don't care about them as much anymore. It seems like really people do like the Dopplers and Gamma Dopplers a lot more as those skins with kind of different looks and feels and stuff. Yes, blue gems are always going to be cool, but there's so many different case hardens for every single thing. Everyone wants to call every single item a blue gem. So yeah, some of the novelty and coolness of blue gems has definitely, and case hardened skins in general, has definitely fallen off. I can agree with that. Mirage is a garbage experience due to how overplayed it is. I can kind of see what he's saying. I do think Mirage is a fun map. I think it's really, really fun to hop on and play. But yes, people have played so much on it that they're so sweaty. They have the map, down to a T. So whatever. He says the normal bayonet knife is a C tier knife. Let's look at a bayonet knife real quick. I don't know if we can pull up the bayonet. Yeah, here we go. The bayonet vanilla. I don't know. I do get if he's saying that it's a little bit overrated. I don't know if it's as far as down as a C tier though. But yeah, when you have stuff like the M9 bayonet and everything out there, you have really, really awesome knives like the, Karambit and Butterfly and stuff. Yeah, is the bayonet probably a little bit overrated? Yeah, I could see that. I don't think it's a C tier though. I think that is a pretty hot take. And then he says not a hot take, but the up Prince is some ass. And there is a lot of hot takes involving the Prince, whether people like it or don't like it. I like it. I don't think it's insane. I don't think it's necessarily deserves to be in the absolute mega S tier of skins in the game. But I don't think it's a bad skin. I think it's fine. I don't necessarily understand people hating on it too much. But yeah, Epidemic with a ton of hot takes he's dropping on us there. David from CS Blue Gem says tier 1 blue gems only include the top 5 patterns, and a pattern isn't a blue gem unless it has greater than 85% blue or is in the top 5 for a given knife. Again, this is a take that I do agree with because, like I said, there is so many people, and I'm a cash trader. I get offers for items all the time. I get people trying to sell everything all the time, and it's insane how people are like, "Oh, this is a blue gem," or "Oh, look at how much blue this has," or "Oh, this," and they want so much overpay for stuff that is just market or even slightly above market. $5 over market or whatever. The people wanting to get max value for their items and trying to overrate their items by calling it a blue gem or a this percent blue, blah blah blah. When the market doesn't care, and like Epidemic was saying as well, it's kind of been over flooded, and they're just not as cool as they once were. Yes, the absolute peak, the best patterns, the best of the best are still really insane if you can get a ton of blue, if you can get a ton of gold, whatever, but everything in the middle it seems like is more and more close to just market prices these days, because people don't really care unless it's the best of the best, and I don't necessarily think they should care unless it's the best of the best either. I think people just want to get overpay for their mid items. Fire Serpent looks absolutely disgusting. Again, I don't agree with this. I do think this is a hot take. The game is not fun. Again, that one's just really going to depend on who you ask. Yeah, people at the high elos who are running into a ton of cheaters, they probably don't think it's fun, but hey, I know there's obviously a ton of people out there who are still loving Counter-Strike because we have millions of players every single month, so that's probably just like a jaded guy. Black Lotus is the best skin ever. That is definitely a hot take, and that's one that I'm not going to be able to agree with. I think the Black Lotus is a very cool skin, and I'm glad that we finally got it for the M4A1S. But I think there's also a Black Lotus USP, which I did think was very, very cool previously. But is the M4A1S Black Lotus or the Black Lotus skin line the best line ever? No, absolutely not. Some of my favorite ones definitely are stuff like the Print Stream. I really like the skin line of the Asimov. I think that is very, very cool. As far as just the straight up skins that I like the most, I like the Howl. I like the Blue Phosphor. I think those all pretty much clear the Black Lotus, but I do think the Black Lotus is a cool skin, and I am happy that it's in the game. Desire decides to go with Mirage is the best map. Now, I do not think Mirage is the best map. Previously in CSGO, Cache was my favorite. I do like Mirage. I'm also a Dust 2 enjoyer, but Mirage is fine. I don't think it's the best, though, but I can see that. I don't think it's too hot of a take. CSGO is still better than CS2. I think that's a hot take. I think CS2 is a better game, but I get that people have a lot of nostalgia and issues with CS2 and nostalgia for CSGO, but whatever. NA has the best crowd in events. I don't think that's a hot take. I think NA has had some very, very sick crowds, even as recently as like the Dallas tournament that happened not too long ago, but also, Boston, stuff like that. NA crowds go crazy, and for whatever reason in CS, we even support international teams pretty well when, for a lot of stuff, we only support NA stuff, but we do a good job, I think. Stavit and Jabby were right to backstab. I think that's funny. Revolver Case is the most boring case to watch people unbox, and Donk won't win a major with Spirit. That one is actually pretty interesting. Obviously, Donk and Spirit have been on a pretty crazy run recently, but yeah, they obviously at the last major they fell short. I believe they got knocked down the first round of the knockout stage. I think they had to play Mouse, which is a very, very tough draw, but will they be able to get a major win? Will Donk be able to win a major with Spirit? I don't know. It's going to be interesting and hard to tell. Obviously, it will be crazy if Donk ever becomes a free agent and ends up somewhere big and crazy. If Donk ends up going to G2 or something wild, it would be insane. But it's probably a little bit too early to say he's not going to be able to win a major with Spirit. Spirit's obviously a very great team. They're one of the best teams in the world, and they're going to be in contention at all the majors probably for some time to come. This one I actually like a lot. Gut Knife is the most underrated knife in existence. I actually agree with this. I think there are so many cool gut knives, and I have been surprised at how low down people have the gut knife on the tier list. I think it's cool. It has an interesting animation, like spinning the knife. Actually, it's something that's better than so many knives that have absolutely nothing. It's a big knife with a lot of surface area. It can really show off the patterns. I think the gut knife is pretty cool. I think it's underrated. I think it's one of the best bang for your buck knives in CS2 currently today. Hostage map S tier tournament would be a banger. That's a hot take. I would not be tuning in. Op Prince is one of the most overrated skins. That's possible. Like I said, I like the Op Prince, but I don't think it necessarily deserves to be in the Uber S tier of skins. Aquamarine Revenge is an S tier AK skin. The artwork is simply elite. Probably a hot take. I would say it's a good skin, maybe an A tier. I don't know if it's an S tier. Splice is the best sticker in the game. That's funny. I'm pretty sure this guy has an entire Splice collection. I think we looked at it in one of my videos recently. CS2 isn't as bad as people say it is. I haven't met a single cheater, so I reckon it's pretty good. The new smokes and graphics are definitely a W. Obviously, cheating is a big issue right now, but yes, the new smokes, new graphics, all that stuff is definitely a big W. Op Prince is the best op skin, period. That's definitely a hot take. CS2 is actually a great game and already better than CSGO. Fire Serpent is overrated. So you see tons of people have hot takes about the Fire Serpent and the Op Prince. That seems to be some of the biggest stuff. TeamSpeak, Discord better than TeamSpeak, definitely. And then finally, I wanted to talk about this one. My hot take is that Rio stickers are actually dope. I do not think so. I think Rio is pretty ass. Also, Gold Arabesque is trash. I do think the Gold Arabesque might be a little bit overrated. Black Ops 1 gold skin is best gold in any shooter, so I thought that was pretty funny as well. But lots of hot takes being thrown around the community right now. I thought it was a pretty fun thread to look at and talk about, and I'd love to hear your guys' hot takes about CS2 and anything else in the comment section down below. That'd be awesome. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one, but until then, peace.